Okay, I'll go live, yeah? Nice.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome everyone to Grandmaster Chess episode 16. This one is really special because usually, I write the name of the player and his immortal, just these words. But this time we have added that it's going to be a King's Indian special. So that is a small thing that you already know because our guest for today, our teacher for today, Teimour Radjabov, is one of the best chess players in the world who plays the King's Indian defense. So, he's known as the player who has resurrected this opening in the modern era. And so, what better person to teach this opening than Teimour? Before we...
Yeah.
Oh, no. You shouldn't talk, Teimour. Once.
Sorry. You shouldn't talk, Teimour. Welcome, Teimour. You shouldn't talk. Just shut up. Let's go with the session. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so before going ahead, I want to give you a small introduction of our teacher for today. His name is Timur Radjabov and he is world number 10. This is a very old picture of him here because his talent was realized by people way long ago when he was just 16 years old and he beat the great Garry Kasparov, who was the world number 1 at that point. He also, as I said, is well known for his King's Indian defense, and his name has Raja in it. It's such a nice, everything flows together. But if you think about it, when he was young, he beat Kasparov. Then when King's Indian was not an opening that everyone wanted to play, he resurrected it. So all of these things shows he's such a fighting player. And this is something which he always loves, challenges. Basically, he loves to take on challenges. And with this, he has reached a career high ELO of 2798. He was world number 4 at that point, and truly one of the best. He's right now number 10. All of you would have really enjoyed when he won the Airthings Masters recently. It was a very emotional moment for all the fans as well as for Teimour. But his achievements are he's won the World Cup in 2019. He's played candidates twice in 2011, 2013. So he has achieved so much. And also today, I want to tell you guys that Teimour's Chess Academy has been relaunched, Chess Stars Academy. So the link is in the description. All those who want to go and check it out, please do so. He has started his academy with 2 of his very close trainers and friends, Vladimir Chuchelov and Igor Nataf. And that's the thing about Teimour. He always works with people whom he likes and with whom he's friendly with. I think so. Yeah, this is what I get to see. And this is his academy's logo here. We'll talk more about it as it goes by. And today we also have a prize for this session today because it is a King's Indian special. The one who wins today will get King's Indian Modern Approach by Bologan on Chessbase. And of course, the big prize of this entire Grandmaster Chess series is this chess board, which we are going to reveal on the 20th. After the 20 episodes are going to be done, we're going to reveal it. We are going to do an unboxing of this. It's a beautiful chess set. Right now, the person who is in the lead to win this is the one and only Vaibhav Sethia, who is on 91 points, but only 15 points behind him is Biswa and also Anirban, not too far away. So we will see what happens today. And without any further delay, let me welcome the guests on the screen. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing? Nice explanation. I feel like I am a dad already. It's like
you are already a dad, no?
Sorry?
You are already a dad.
No, dad. I mean, in terms of I have died already.
Dad. Okay.
Yeah, because the explanation was like my entire history of my life and stuff.
Obituary.
Yeah. Obituary. By Sagar. I think will be long. Yeah, 5-6 hours.
He
So
he said
Raja works with people he likes as
Yeah.
opposed to Sagar, who only works with people he hates.
Yeah, and every day almost.
No, like for example, if you see, if he could launch a chess academy with anyone, yeah, like there are so many people he knows with other players, all of them, but he decided to launch it with his trainers with whom he knows them from a long time. So
Yeah,
I get
that's
this
true.
feeling by seeing Raja that he likes to.
My peak rating was 27.99 and 6, which is even worse than 27.98.
Oh,
So there was 0.4 points to reach 28, and I didn't.
the live rating was 27.
The live, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So that was a very, I mean, not cool at all. It was just 0.4 points.
Everyone in the chat is saying, Teimour, you had a haircut.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool haircut. And also, guys, we have to tell you that Teimour hasn't slept. He's been working very hard on something. So
Yeah, on something. I like this one. On something. Yeah, I mean, but once I tried to impress, I went somewhere and said, okay, I've slept a few hours and then I've had a lot of trainings, chess and so on. And everybody, how can you train after just few hours of sleep and so on, like for 8 or 10 hours or something. And I was like, but professionals are like this and so on. And then the same day I went to my grandmother and I said I just slept a few hours and then I worked 10 hours of chess. She says, who cares? I'm 87. I'm going to work from 9 to 6, waking up at 6 in the morning. And so, okay, you are super lazy and stuff. So I just felt embarrassed completely. So yeah, now I'm not saying these things nowadays after that story. Yeah, she just told me okay, you're a lazy guy.
Isn't your grandmother also a chess player?
No, Sagar, no.
Okay.
Have you seen her games?
That was just a joke, yeah? Like every time everyone says this position, even Teimour's grandmother can win. It's a joke.
Yeah, generally I refer to her because she can't play, but yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
But the list you showed, there was Vidit and everyone. They're also fighting for something.
No, these are the teachers who were there, basically.
Okay. And the box exists, or I mean the chessboard.
Yeah, it's in my house.
It's real, yeah. Just in case, I'm just checking the facts, before starting.
Yeah. Chessboard is here since many days, but now I will reveal it, how it looks and all after 20th episode. So.
Yeah, I feel very strange without the hair. That's kind of strange, but okay. I lost some of my strengths, I think.
Cool. Let's get on today's session, guys. Today is the Radjabov's Immortal, and we are going to look at a game from the black side in the King's Indian. And I don't know if Vaibhav, Biswa, Anirban, do you play King's Indian? Have you ever played it before?
Not much of it, actually.
I have tried playing it with major failure.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
I can't play it.
But that's it only needs practice, because at first it's super hard to play it, to be honest.
It's very difficult. It's there are so many different lines it can branch out into, and then you need to know exactly how to respond for the first few moves. Otherwise you get into terrible positions. So yeah.
With the classics, it's much easier to go with all this against d4 if we're talking about it, than against d4. When you go with d5 and e6 stuff, it's much easier. I mean, also developing the pieces is much easier. More or less, you have all the same moves all the time. In King's Indian, you have same moves for 6 moves, but then nobody knows what's going on. Yeah, it's all the time you're just finding different tricks to stay in the game. But you really have to know what you are doing there. Yeah, that's the problem with King's Indian. It's like some Sicilians as well. You just do some mistakes and you are just mated in 10 moves or something.
For this session, I was going through all of Raja's King's Indian games, and somehow I felt that he plays King's Indian in a very different way. It's not like he's trying to checkmate his opponent. It's more like, Raja, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's more like positional King's Indian. Is that correct? You are trying to keep the center together. Sometimes these little moves to just keep the balance. Then you switch to the queen side many times. It's not just one-minded, okay, I have to checkmate the opponent's king.
Yeah, because Sagar, the problem is that it's hard to checkmate. That's the problem. I would be happy to checkmate all of them, but when you are playing, like, let's say I had a game against Carlsen, and that I won in King's Indian in Shamkir, and I mean, he just he just castled the other direction. I mean, where the mate is supposed to be, like on the king's flank, he didn't castle there, so there was no chance even for this. But King's Indian, for many, I mean, it's considered like the positional opening. Many people consider it. I consider it still a tactical opening, and I still feel that it's a very aggressive opening, even from black side. But I mean, yeah, there are a lot of things that you should do, like positionally there, especially with all this, A5, 96, 95 stuff. Or like playing C6 and trying to undermine the center. Yeah, you really need to do a lot of positional stuff before creating the mess in the position. Yeah,
Okay.
you should.
Got it.
That's true.
So today's game is Raja's game against Murtaz Kazhgalayev. He is a Kazakh GM, and this is from 2005. Raja, can you tell why did you select this game, or what was the reason?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say why I'm selecting the games, to be honest. It's like I'm a very spontaneous person in general. I have a lot of it's like nice games, let's say, in the King's Indian. Both that I lost and won, so it's not just about me winning there. Like a lot of games were like won against me, let's say by Wojtaszek or maybe Bareev at his prime, and and also I think we checked with you. Yeah, I mean, we had like Shirov's game and all this stuff, but they were like extremely complicated, even for the analysis.
Yeah, I want to tell the viewers that if you want to check out some more of Raja's brilliancies apart from this, there's the one against Shirov, there is one against Boris Gelfand, there is one against Van Velde, and all these games are tremendous, but they are just very, very complex and they require hours of analysis. So this game that we chose shows all the themes very well, and at the same time is understandable. So that is the reason why we've chosen this game. And Raja, just to tell you what today's session is all about, there'll be 12 moments instead of 10. I kept 12 moments where there will be, if they give the right answer, you give them a point. If their answer is not right and not same as the game move, but is different but also good, you can give them a full point as well. If it is, let's say, an okay move, you can give a half point, depends on you. And if it's a move that makes no sense, then you give 0.
Okay.
Yeah. And guys in the chat also will be guessing the moves and trying to get the points. I would also recommend all those who are really interested to set up a chessboard, have a book with you, and try to write down your moves, because then you know exactly the move that you were thinking about. Many times if it's just in your head, you have thought of 3 different moves and you're like, oh, I thought that also, I thought this also. So if you want to focus on only one move, get a book and a pen, write it down, have a chessboard to make the moves. It'll give you a great feel.
Yeah.
Okay, Raja, can we begin with the game? Can you tell us a bit about this World Cup? It was the second round with Kazhgalayev.
Yeah, I think that it was in Khanty-Mansiysk as well. Maybe first Khanty-Mansiysk for me, Khanty-Mansiysk World Cup. The point is that in 2009 I won the Khanty-Mansiysk World Cup, but we have started to play there for some of the World Cups in 2005. And Kazhgalayev at the time was very strong. He was a strong theoretician as well, like analyst, as we call him. Yeah, and so there I think that in the first game I just lost as white, and he played a great game. Also check it out, 2005. This in the match, in the first one, and in the second I had to win by. There was no way. Yeah, it's a World Cup, so you have 2 games, and you have to win the second one. Otherwise, you are just out. It's a knockout. Yeah, and so I won the second one, and I think I won it also with the King's Indian. And in one of the rapid games, probably it was the first rapid game that we're looking at now, where he played this line. Okay, now we will see it, but I mean, it's just not the way to play against the King's Indian if you are playing it as white, because it's like he immediately wants to mate you, and if you don't know what you are doing as black, then you will really get mated. But the point is that I certainly knew what I have to do, even though I never checked this line before this game. And so let's see. I think that what happened there. But in general, I was already in a very good mood before this one because it was 1-1, and I was back in the match, and I was ready to strike. To be honest, yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so game begins with 1d4. Raja went for knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3.
Unexpected.
As expected, bishop g7, e4, d6. And guys, here white played a very unexpected move. Can you guess what that move is? Not for points, of course, but
F4?
the f4 is a well-known theoretical move, 4 pawns attack. So this is quite well known, but something else.
Yeah, this is a very sharp. This is one of the most sharp lines in King's Indian f4, because white is just trying to take the center immediately and play for the push, like d5 and e5, super fast, and it's not so easy to undermine really the center, because the point is that the knight is coming as well then to f3, and d5 and e5 is rolling. Like you have to do something like urgently as black. But there is a lot of serious. I don't know if you have checked it ever in this in any episodes.
No,
or not?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most exciting lines in the King's Indian, but nobody plays it more or less as well.
Because now black has kind of equalized, no?
Yeah,
line.
But I mean, of course, I mean, the point is that it doesn't give you the advantage, but there are a lot of tricks before you get to the equality as well. Yeah.
Okay.
H4?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
What?
Yeah, he's a very tricky guy, Kazhgalayev. I mean, he plays a lot of lines, like very tricky ones. And this one, if you don't know what you are doing, it's really unpleasant. So you have to react fast. And usually when they start any kind of play on the flanks, like kind of attack on the flank, you should act in the center. This is like kind of rule in chess that once you are attacked from the flanks, in general, you should act in the center as much as you can. So in this case, also more or less is the case. Yeah,
Raja,
Sagar?
don't reveal the move, because this one is for points now for them to think. Guys, you have 2 minutes here, and you need to think from Raja's hint that he has given you that a flank attack must be countered with play in the center, black to play. 2 minutes for all of you. And also just imagine the situation. Like here is one of the biggest experts in King's Indian. Maybe 15 years ago, Raja, you would be still like playing it. You wouldn't be considered as the best King's Indian player, right? At that point, or would you already be?
On the top, I think I was, because after 2003 Vaibhav tournament, I won against Ponomarev, who was world champion at the time, FIDE World Champion, I think, and I really played a lot of good games as well. So yeah, I think already it was like only me there playing this on the top level. There was nobody else, I think. Maybe Nakamura but no, Nakamura not as well. I think 2005 is too early, I think, for this. Right. So I was only one who was playing this on the top level in the super tournaments. Yeah.
So I think Kazhgalayev was like, here is my chance to.
Kazhgalayev is also a King's Indian player, by the way.
He's also a King's Indian.
Yeah, he's a good King's Indian player, very tricky one. That's why I started first e4 against him.
In the first game, and then
and lost. Yeah.
Okay. And then did he play in the second game d4 only against you?
Yeah, he tried with d4, but he lost, I think, all of the games there.
Okay.
So out of 2 minutes, we just talked for 1:55.
No, they are thinking. No, so we can talk.
How do you know they're thinking, Sagar? I think they're watching Netflix. They're just watching Netflix, and then this one. Oh, Sagar with his episodes.
I know for a fact that when Biswa looks on his left, on his right, then he's watching the match. This side, when he looks, you see, now he saw the score.
You found the best time for the episode, yeah. Just no one is excited. They're like, oh, Sagar asked to have to do this.
Anirban is like, I just woke up.
No,
Everyone just woke up for the match.
No, I was up today, but I forgot that this is at 1. I thought it's at 1:30.
Yeah, you see.
But do you see Vaibhav is very, very focused. So we'll start with Vaibhav. Vaibhav, what?
Yeah, because he's in the WhatsApp. Yeah, that's why. Why? What? like this.
I'm also so focused because right now I have no idea what is happening. Like what to play here. I'm so confused. Okay. I think I'll just go with E5.
Okay, E5 is what Vaibhav wants to play.
Yeah, that's a
Biswa?
possible way. Let's be fair. It's okay.
First, Raja, I can take all the answers and then you can give points to each move.
Yeah, and if they repeat the same move,
Then
just
it's fine. Like they usually are very truthful. Like they don't copy
Then
each
both get
other's
the
move.
points, no?
Yeah, both get points.
both get points if there are points. Yeah, for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Biswa?
Hopefully.
I feel like C5.
Okay, Biswa wants to play C5. Anirban?
E5.
Sorry?
C5.
C5. Okay. So Biswa and Anirban go C5 and Vaibhav goes E5. Raja, what are your thoughts on these two moves?
Yeah, but I think that here, let's be fair. I mean, we have to give 1 point to each because the point is that E5 and C5 both are good. Yeah, it's like both are like kind of classical. You can go E5 and then try to stop any play on the king's flank and go positional, as you were saying. Yeah, I mean this A5, H5, and knight to A6. Let's say, for example, which is very possible.
So like this?
Yeah, I mean maybe H5 first. I don't know if you have to stop H5. It's not a threat maybe yet. You can play for A5 as well. Then knight A6. It's not bad. I mean for black. Yeah, I mean it's just a playable position. You can go without A5 as well.
But
you
you
go for
close
knight
your
D7.
bishop, no? Here.
Sagar, this is the way you are playing King's Indian. Yeah, you're going this and then E5 usually. That's normal. Yeah, the bishop is a problem in the King's Indian, but once it's in play, as you know, the bishop becomes really strong. I mean, this bishop is like usually close by the pawn chain, but this is one of the most dangerous bishops in all the lines. Yeah, I mean, when it's out, it's just like a monster, simply. But in most of the games, when we see sometimes, let's say that E4 pawn is gone by, let's say, some F5 played before that or anything like that, and then E4 at some point, and the bishop just becomes like tremendously slow. I have a lot of games on this, by the way, where the bishop just becomes a monster like this through H6 or through E4, like playing this lines. But here E5 is just normal classical way to play it. So you can go there knight B7 maybe after D5 and a lot of stuff. So yeah, let's be fair, both ways of countering this H4 with C5 and E5 is okay, so it's fine.
Okay.
What about D takes on E5 after E5?
Yeah, and you can take with D pawn.
Then he takes a queen.
Yeah, you take with a king, and then you can just play this position knight B to D7, then C6, taking the D5 square. And this is like kind of classical stuff in a King's Indian. The end games like this, when there is no direct threat, are usually good for black. Okay. But in a history of chess, I don't know, Sagar, if you know this story about Kasparov, that I mean, with his King's Indian.
No.
Against Anderson, because Anderson, have you checked the games of Anderson ever?
Ulf Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Very positional player and very strong, very calm, quiet player, right?
Yeah, I hated in general end games because I was always, and I am at the moment as well, the tactical player mostly, I think. And I just hated looking at the end games. But when I see Ulf Anderson playing the end games, when I see his games from time to time, when I remind myself that I hate end games, so I have to try to like them. And I did quite good, let's say, against Vashelia Graf. I'm playing them quite well in general, but to study them, I hate, because it's like super boring to me, at least, and always was. I mean, my dad was saying, wow, you have to know the end games and stuff. You really have to understand them to play good chess and so on. I just hated learning it. I mean, any tactics, any kind of chess blitz games or stuff was good, but not the end games. So I just found, I mean, he showed me, I think, at some point, Ulf Anderson's games. And he's the guy who would win just the end games like rook and knight and 3 pawns against rook and knight and 3 pawns. Impossible, like on high level to win this. But I think even recently in some of the Turkish league or something like this, he played some game against Atakişi, I think, Umut, the Turkish player. And I think he won an end game like this, like rook, knight, and 3 pawns against rook and knight and 3 pawns, which is almost impossible. I mean, it's like impossible to win on the Grandmaster level. It's just it's like same amount of pawns on the same flank, I think he won, or something like this. So that was crazy. And I saw the game without knowing the names, and I saw it's Ulf Anderson. So he was, of course, at his prime. He was number 2 or 3 in the world. And he was winning every endgame he would enter, like almost every endgame. You would have problems against him. And Kasparov was playing King's Indian at the time. I think he was the world champion already, something like this, or close to it. Yeah, and then he had a match against Ulf Andersson. And for the match against Ulf Andersson, he just made the entire training session on this line that you ask now, this D takes E5, Biswa. So they're like not exactly in this position, but in other lines of King's Indian, it's also possible somewhere to play D takes E5 and go for the end game. And so he just had an entire training session, probably first time ever in the history of chess, that there was a training session just on one line with this D takes E5, Queen takes D8, and he was afraid of this end games. And the entire team was working to keep the equality by black. And this is really, I mean, knowing the King's Indian and all these subtleties of the lines, I mean, this was like a tremendous work that they did just for the end games, because they were super afraid of Andersson.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's why this is a very reasonable question, what to do in this D5, because I mean, even Kasparov at his prime, he was taking the entire training session to know what is he going to do. Okay, I finished my rap, as Samay call it. Just rap is done.
But this is a very good story, and guys, please check out games of Ulf Andersson. I also studied them. There is a book called Grandmaster Chess Strategy written on his games. That's also a good book. And generally, you can just pick out any game. In fact, if you allow me, I just want to show you one small thing, like C4, Knight F6, Knight C3, G6. And here G3, or you can even play, let's say, D5, take, E4, and Andersson would mostly take with the D pawn and even go in such endgames, like voluntarily, and then crush his opponents from such like he was very good at such queenless kind of middle game / end games. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I've played this line against Vaibhav just recently.
Yes. In this, correct. And you won this for the third place.
Yeah. And that is a very annoying end game when you have G6. And I've played my idea with H4 in one of the games, and this is really unpleasant. But Andersson's games, I think, he's one of the favorite players of Carlsen for the end games. I think he told me this in Nanjing, I think, when we played the Super Tournament. And he said that he studied all of the Andersson matches and games. So this is super useful, I think. You have to go through the games. If you want to learn the end games and how to play them, this is just the best person in the world ever, I think. Yeah.
Got it.
So this is very important, I think, to study Andersson. I think that usually when we're talking about chess, we really miss the player like Andersson in our socia. We are always talking about the world champions and so on. But I have to say that maybe he was the best end game player ever I've seen in my life, just simply, including the world champions and everyone else.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So in the game,
I was very afraid to get any kind of end games against him, even when I played, I think, once or something. I was just scared. I just wanted to keep my queen somewhere on the board. Okay, guys, let's go with the game. Yeah,
let's go ahead. So
just one small question about that, Teimour. Instead of E5, C5, do you have any preference in these two though? Like because it's blocking the bishop, do you think C5 makes it better by any chance? Like, I mean, I'm sure it becomes a strong piece, the bishop on G2, G7 later on. But do you have a preference here at this particular point, like E5 or C5?
The point is that with the King's Indian, I mean, the classical King's Indian is when you play E5.
Okay.
This is the classical King's Indian. So it's castle short and then E5. This is the usual way to play King's Indian. But if you play C5, it's more like Benoni style, like the Benoni system. And it's very different. Let's say, for example, for a long time, my dad was asking me not to do this because he said that you're a classical King's Indian player. Don't go C5 in any line. But then at some point, the theory developed. So in some lines, I just had to play C5 because it doesn't, E5 is just considered worse. For example, there is a Zemish system against the King's Indian where C5 is considered the best. So you still have to go to this Benoni lines. But classical King's Indian, normal, when they go knight f3, bishop e2, developing like in a classical way as well as white, is E5. Yeah, E5 is the classical way. There is preference here in this case was just kind of practical over the board. So against h4, I thought c5 is kind of better. I thought during the game.
Very quick question, Raja. Like f3, you say intuitively or basically through practice and through theory developing, c5 is better. And when he puts the knight on f3, e5 is played a lot more. Is there any particular reason why that is the case? Like when the pawn is on f3, why you should not play e5 and so on? Like,
e5 is a big line, a huge line. You know this. It's like really old one and like big one as well. I don't know. I didn't check the recent theory on e5, let's say, but I guess the reason may be that after f3, white is prepared to attack on the king's flank, and you should not really close the position and let them do so. So if you play e5, which is also a classical line, I mean, I cannot say it's bad due to something. Yeah, it's also a classical old line, but consider it better for white. But here already you see that with f3 and g4, they're already ready. I mean, they're ready to attack g4, h4, and stuff, and give you some kind of mate there on the flank. So that's why I guess c5 just keeps this bishop open here, and you can try to act like, I mean, you make them act positionally in this case. But if you play e5, you make them act just also positionally, but the attacking on the king's flank with a closed structure is easier than with an open structure in the center. So c5 just gives you the options of always undermining the center and not closing the position. That's the point, I think. After f3, c5 is not closing the position, e5 is closing. And closing the position with this f3 pawn, trying to attack with g4 and h4 is just less secure, I would say, less secure.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but it's also interesting line, e5. There was this line with the giving up the queen. You remember this one? With knight h5, queen h4, something like that?
Yes.
There is one line like
it's
this,
like,
famous
it
one.
goes like d5, castles, bishop e3, knight h5, then maybe queen d2, and then you give a check and something like this here, here, and here, right?
Yeah.
And then
And it's a very tricky line. I mean, it's like really tricky. And a huge one as well, I think. There were a lot of games on this, and they were not sure what is happening. But okay, I mean, there are tricks like this. Many tricks like this in King's Indian. That's why I love it.
Okay, let's go back to the game. Teimour did play c5 here, and his opponent pushed forward with d5. And guys, already your second question here for the second point. What did black play here? Very important moment, because you see, I don't think Teimour was also prepared for this opening. He was
not at all.
Yeah, he was kind of figuring out on the board, and it's a rapid game, so there are only 25 minutes, I think, plus 10-second increment. So Biswa, this time your that it's 3 hours game will not be there, because it's a very short game. So you have to figure out on the board how to take advantage of this space that your opponent has gained, and he's threatening to come at your king.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, opponent is in an aggressive mood, so you can't be just sitting quiet. Teimour, is there any hint that you would like to give them for the next move?
I think if they stop to watch the Indian team playing cricket now, they'll be able to find the move. Sure. They're distracted, clearly.
Anyways, Ben Stokes is out now after
he's out.
Just
Look at this focused faces now. Look, it's completely focused. But with Biswa, there is a chance to see what he's really doing there because of the glasses. Yeah. No, but I actually explained some of the things before while we were talking about this f3 line in Zemish against King's Indian with e5 and c5, what you should do in this case. And also, it stays the same. Yeah, you have to counter any kind of attack like this on the flank, usually, as a rule, in the center, which is always hard to remember even for the grandmasters and everything. But in fact, out of like 10 times, probably 8 or 9 times it works really. Like most of the time you should do this. And here is the case as well. Yeah, should act quite fast, but reacting to this h4 move, because h5 will come and just destroy black's position.
Okay, guys, in the chat, very interesting suggestions there as well. You know,
To stop the
whenever
stream? To stop the stream?
Sorry?
To stop the stream?
No. This is one stream. If you check, Raja, the only moves, you will see only chess moves. Like everyone is saying some move, h6, e6, b5, a6, all such, moves.
Yes, I can see it, yeah.
Yes.
I
Okay.
can see it. 2,700 moves there.
Yeah. Okay, Biswa, what's your move here?
Okay, I just lose this point. It's b5.
B5. Biswa is going for a break on the queen side with b5. Okay, Anirban?
Knight. No, one second. H5.
Pawn h5. Okay. And Vaibhav?
Knight b d7.
Knight b7. Okay.
Yeah.
Raja, what are your thoughts? Actually, three very different kinds of moves. One b5 counter-attacking, one h5 stopping opponent's idea, and one just developing move. Knight b7.
Yeah, but how many points should we give, let's say, for the move like, which is, quite okay?
Half point.
Half point, yeah, half point for sure. I would give for b5 because this is the way to react in general. It's not one because there is another move which is stronger, I guess, at least practically. So the one was played in the game. But b5 is where going to this Volga gambit more or less, and Volga gambit with the pawn on h4 is quite good, I guess. It's not, at least it's much better than the usual one. And after b5, then the pawn takes to b5 normally, and then black should go for a6. And this is also a very interesting reaction to this. Probably white is slightly better still with the pawn up, but this is a good Volga gambit. So we get a good Volga gambit, and black is queen a5, maybe even queen a5, and then bishop a6.
Mm-hmm. So here queen a5.
Yeah, e4 is attacked. Bishop takes a6 next. This is very, very aggressive. This is very aggressive way of playing. So b5, I would give half a point. For other moves, I would give 0 because the point is that h5 is just very slow for now. It's okay as a move, but it's very slow. It's actually the idea of white is to bring the knight to g5 now. Knight f3, knight g5 is coming, and certainly I guess white is doing quite well. And knight bd7 is quite slow as well. So these two moves are just slow. That's the problem. And the point is to act somehow quite fast. So it's either b5 and trying to play b4, attacking e4 pawn and c4 and all that chain in the center, or the move that was played in the game is e6.
Wow.
So you're attacking this chain in the center, trying to undermine it. And it's probably possible to play something else as well, like maybe a6 first with the idea of b5, but I'm already afraid for some bishop e2 and h5 stuff. So I guess it's either e6 as 1 point, and b5 I will give half a point. Let's be fair. Yeah, okay. b5 is a possible way.
Perfect. Great. And also...
Raja, what did you say? Bishop e2 and then what? g5?
No, bishop e2 and h5. The point of h4 is to play for h5 and try to smash there on the flank, simply king's flank. And if you don't castle as black, then there is just h6 and your bishop will have to move to f8, and then it's like complete disaster. Yeah, you have a king in the center and like just no counterplay at all.
Also, I want to tell the chat that a few moves that you have suggested, guys. One is bishop g4 is not looking great, I think, because of f3 just keeping
supporting white's play. Yeah.
And also e5 that has been mentioned in the chat is not good because it closes the center, and Raja who wants to break the center because of the move h4 on the flank.
Yeah. All these moves are like kind of black should seek counterplay. That's the point. Black should seek counterplay as fast as he can. And the entire point of the King's Indian is that you first allow white to take the center, and then you start to attack it in different ways, either e5 or c5, or mostly e5 or c5. And then you bring the pieces into the center, and you are attacking all the time this chain, e4, d5, and c4. Or you are there are different ways. One way is to bring the knight to c5 and then to move the knight from f6 at some point. and play for f5. But always the idea is to undermine the center, like clearly, like all the time. c6, f5, e5, all that stuff. After playing e5, let's say, or c5, you have to do something with the center. Like e6 is the way. But Benoni, you never studied, yeah?
No.
Have you ever studied Benoni?
They do not have very deep knowledge of the openings.
Yeah.
And I think at this
I also don't have it. That's why I'm just saying, like, for example, I just know the lines, yeah? But like some of the lines, I don't know the names. And all the time, some of the players, like even top players, they make fun of me because like gambit, they know this gambit, that gambit. Or there is just a random guy just says, just knows all the gambits. I don't know them, like most of the names. I just know by moves and stuff. So for example, for me, let's say e4, c5 before is just e4, c5 before for me. And for other people, it's just some, I don't know, wing gambit or I know, yeah.
But
all
you
this
know it.
Yeah, I know some of the names, of course. I mean, like, for example, this Evans Gambit, of course I know it. But many Gambits, I just don't know the name, just know it by moves. So in this case, this Benoni stuff is the line where you play the King's Indian, more or less it's very close to King's Indian by nature. But you always play with c5. You start with c5 and play for e6, like now we see on the board. This is the Benoni structure that we have now.
So just to make this clear, if it starts with d4, knight f6, c4, c5, d5, e6, knight c3, takes, d6, e4, and g6. Now you see we have actually transposed to Benoni. In from King's Indian, you see the similarity in the game and this Benoni.
But Sagar, is it called Indian defense, this one?
Benoni Indian, yes. But everyone calls it only Benoni defense, but actually you can
No, in Russian you call it, in Russian you don't call it Benoni. I mean, you call it Benoni from time to time, but in my childhood it was always Indian defense.
Indian.
Yeah. I think it was Indian defense.
Okay. I have, I mean, I don't know what is the explanation for Indian, but what I read somewhere was that at that point they used to think controlling center was very important. And then with these hyper modern openings, you are not controlling the center. So it was considered as kind of backward. And that's why they gave the name Indian, because they used to consider India as a backward country. Something like this was the thought process, because of which the name. But I may be wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, this one, I think has different names for everything. I just want to see, was it Benoni? Benoni Indian, was it, yeah? The main one, or?
Possible. Okay, while they are searching, I really want to give a big shout out to Prathamesh Mahajan, who sent a 5,000 rupee super chat saying, "Hi Sagar, thanks for all the amazing videos that you put up. Watching them was sheer joy and they have helped me through tough times in the lockdown. Cheers." Thank you so much, Prathamesh.
Yeah, guys, I was right. I was right on the name. Yeah. And this, in Russian, it is, yeah, Indies Kazashi. Yeah, it's an Indian defense. So, guys, pure Indian defense is the one that you play with knight f6 and c5. So, I'm playing not the pure Indian defense. I'm playing King's Indian defense, which is a different opening.
So,
but
Benoni
Indian defense
was called as Indian defense.
I think in the Soviet chess school, Soviet Union in general, like when everybody was talking about it, I think Benoni was kind of part of it, but usually we were saying Indian defense, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of the world champions as well, I guess. Benoni, yeah, they were saying Benoni. I remember Kasparov saying Benoni from time to time, but it's like Indiska, yeah, Indian defense and Benoni, yeah, but Indian mostly. So this is the one with knight f65. Can you show it? It's just a pure Indian defense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Yes, d4, knight f6, c4, c5. d5, e6, knight c3, takes, d6, e4, and now g6. Yeah, this is the Indian defense. So to all Indians, this is the real pure Indian defense. You should play this.
This is very risky.
Vugar Gashimov from our
yes.
team, he was playing it like extremely strong, like really the best expert on this. It was impossible to beat him in this. It was super hard. But he was trying with this knight c3. There is a problem that now they can go f4 and knight f3.
Yeah.
And Vugar was trying to play through knight f6, e6, so that you don't go c3. Yeah.
Look at the subtlety, guys. c4, e6, provoke knight f3.
And now c5. This is the better version for black.
So now we can get e4, f4 directly because the knight is there.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That is the way to play it. But you have to know Nimzo, which is a huge part of your preparation. But he was playing the pure Indian Benoni as well, Benoni Indian.
Yeah.
He was also playing it, and it was hard to beat him, very hard, because he was a great tactician. He knew subtleties of the lines, how to develop and so on. But once, if I remember correctly, I think it was Linares tournament or somewhere he got there, and he experienced the first time this preparation on the high level against the Indian Benoni, modern Benoni, whatever. And he just played there, and he got problems in like 3 games. He lost like 3 games in a row, and then he just reconsidered playing it or something like that. Because when you are reaching those guys on the top level, they just completely crush some of the lines you are playing if they're kind of, suspicious or something. And Benoni Indian at the time was considered suspicious, and now as well, compared to all the main lines like King's Indian. Even King's Indian is now suspicious. For example, if you ask Anish, he will tell you that it's probably suspicious opening or something like that. Yeah.
Cool.
So nowadays theory completely changed there.
I just want to add here that guys, Bugar Gashimov was one of Azerbaijan's top chess players. In fact, one of the best, and he passed away early because of cancer, right, Timur?
Yeah.
Cancer. Very, very great player and amazing player. Okay, guys. So moving on, D takes E6 was played by Kazhgalayev, which was a surprise actually in this position. Usually they don't. Oh, it's a good move.
Good surprise.
Good for you.
I was happy. Yeah.
So now this is your 3rd point, guys, already. And here, after D takes E6, what do you recapture with? Or do you want to recapture or not? Please think. You have 2 minutes here. You see, in the opening here, there are few back-to-back questions to check your intuition. What do you feel? Like, how do you respond to these new situations? Anirban, what is that? You're drinking. It looks very good. So you're muted yourself.
It's a milkshake.
Strawberry?
Yeah, and with nuts and all.
यो 2 मिनट तो देता है, उसके बीच में स्ट्रॉबेरी मिल्कशेक ये सब पूछेगा तो कैसे अनिर्बान सोचेगा बैठ के? Please. Sorry, Teimour, I'm just saying you give 2 minutes for calculation, then you want to know what kind of milkshake people are drinking. How can they calculate?
They can, Sagar. They have to focus, yeah?
Sorry.
Detox session. But how is cricket going?
I switched it off now.
You switched it off? Because India is losing, I guess, yeah?
No, India
That's
is
why
winning.
you switched it off.
India is winning by a huge margin. So it's...
so it's not interesting even to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. But India is what? Number 1 now or not?
Yeah, number 1 right now.
Biswa, this is all trap, yeah? Like, you cannot ask for more time later. Okay, a very big thanks to Flashbin Gaming, who sent a super chat, and he says that a few months ago, 1 year ago, I wasn't following chess, but now I have 6 different chess apps, following the GMs, 1 chess book, streaming chess. Thank you, Sagar, for this, and beautiful chess community. Janta love. And great Flashbin, keep going. Lazy Shikazu says, Sagar, can you tell me where you brought a chess board when we are showing traps? I'd like to buy it. I think there's one website called Chess Bazaar. You can check it out. It's a good one.
Guys, England is first now in cricket or not?
No.
No, in one day they won the World Cup. I'll explain in 2 seconds. Hold on.
Okay. No, but guys, seriously, how they do the rankings? Like how many times per month? Every month or something? Or can you explain the cricket? You're like, just waiting for something. Okay, I'll read about it. Thank you, guys.
No, we'll tell you once we give answer to this.
In 10 seconds, yeah?
Oh, time is up, guys. Let's start with Anirban this time. Anirban, what's the move?
Bishop takes.
Anirban wants to take with the bishop.
Yeah.
And Vaibhav, what's your move?
I really want to take with the bishop, but I feel like you've put a question for something else. I don't know. Bishop takes.
Okay, bishop takes. What about Biswa?
F takes on E6.
F takes e6. Okay. Why you want to take with the pawn?
I feel then I can easily activate my rook, and that bishop I don't see any good place for the white bishop right now after e6. So much rather once I castle, my rook will be active and I'll build up a kingside attack. That's the idea. Also, I'll have better center control than white.
I also have one more move I want to ask about, like castling over, short castle.
Uh-huh.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, but I think
We lose a
that
pawn, yeah.
there is a point, yeah, in this explanation of f takes e6.
Do you agree with it though, Teimour? That's the question.
No, I mean here you have to take with the bishop. That's the right way.
The only reason why Teimour I felt that this move could be bad is because you have a backward d6 pawn. Also, your d5 square becomes weak. So, what is the explanation for that? Like, how?
Yeah, this is one of the, I mean, one of the tricks in this King's Indian when you take with the bishop. You have to be ready to sacrifice the d6 pawn and c5, both of them more or less.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is like when they start to attack it, like with bishop f4, and actually it happened in the game, so we will see it.
Yeah, we'll
He
see
went
that.
for the pawn.
Correct.
Yeah, he went for the pawn. But generally, you have to be just ready. Like psychologically, when you're playing these lines with c5 and e6, you have to be ready to sacrifice d6 in this case. While taking with the bishop or with the pawn, this is just a normal thing. Usually with the bishop, because with the pawn you don't sacrifice after on d6. But with the bishop, when you are taking, you are playing for the piece activity. And this is already, I mean, not that simple thing to explain, to be honest. I mean, this you have to really see a lot of examples on this. And then you will just understand how it works. The point is that while trying to explain these dynamic factors, you just have to know that you will just have a great piece play in the center for giving this d6 pawn. Probably later you can just move your queen and the rook will come to d8, and will be a lot of attacks on the d line as well. But it's a very practical thing, so it has to be really precise moments that we have to see. I mean, like in the game, for example, we will see the moments like this, and then I can explain better, because from here, like if you put pieces differently in some different positions, you just have to know that you got to be ready for this bishop takes e6 and then sacrificing the c5. You just don't care about the pawns somehow. It's very hard. For example, I think that Vidit, for example, he can do this. I think this is very hard because he's not giving pawns. He's taking pawns all the time, and for him it would be hard to play this line for sure. That's why he doesn't go. He goes for Nimzo and all that stuff. For the Nakamura, let's say, is like super natural to give this both pawns. For me, it's very natural for all the King's Indian players. But these classical players, for them, is very hard somehow to give this, to sacrifice the pawns like this and so on, to play without the pawn, with pawn deficit and so on. But for the King's Indian player, for the Sicilian player, is just a normal routine. You are just pawn down, it's fine. Let's say guys like Vasily Graf, almost in every game he's pawn down. Most of the games of Vasily Graf, you see, he sacrifices the pawn or something like that. So, just a natural, just kind of natural instinct. You play for the activity of your pieces, you play for counterplay, and you are ready to sacrifice. And this is a part of King's Indian and part of many Sicilians as well. So
it does
have to
take c6.
have this mental state, of sacrificing the pawns and just be fine with it.
This is a lot depends on your temperament as a player. Very interesting. Does f takes e6 get any point, Teimour?
F takes e6. Yeah, let's be fair. Bishop takes e6 is the move. This is 0 for f takes e6. Let's be fair in this exact situation. But f takes e6 and at some point could be good. Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. It could be good in some other position maybe. But here bishop takes e6 I think is the way. That's why it's exactly the way. So yeah, I guess that for this one, sorry, but this goes for. Oscar goes to, yeah. So I think bishop e6 is 1 point and f e6 is 0 in this precise moment. Yeah.
Cool. So.
And I don't think castling is a good idea over here, right?
Castle, yeah.
Sorry.
Castling here would not be a good idea, right?
Yeah, it's too early, I think, to sacrifice the pawns like this because he has a very strong pawn chain, e4, c4, controlling the center, and you will just not be able, without the f pawn, you will not be able to attack the center. he will just pick up the f7 pawn, play knight f3, bishop e2 develop, and you will have a lot of problems. Instead of attacking the center, you will just have pawn down position, and you are not really attacking his king or something. So if you would have any chances to attack his king very fast, of course castle would be preferred. We would just go for castle, sacrifice everything, and go forward. But here you just, all of your pieces are like stuck there: b8 knight, c8 bishop, rook on a8, queen on d8, almost not developed. You don't have enough resources to attack. So here, as you don't have enough resources to attack, it's a bit too early to give all these pawns, especially as you are playing as black. So you are having like, you are on the defensive at first. So you have to first develop and get ready to attack the center and everything.
Very cool. Okay, so bishop e6 was played. Bishop e2 by Kazhgalayev. And here Teimour went knight to c6. I think white just realized that h5 might be a bit too slow now with all your pieces out, right, Teimour?
Yeah, I didn't want to. I mean, usually you should go for this at some point if you see h5 coming. But here it's just like all of my pieces are attacking the center more or less. And he just developed the bishop and the knight. I am already like what? 2 pieces. The advantage of 2 pieces developed here for black. And white is kind of slow in general. They are not really attacking it for now, because my king is not bad at all at e8, you know, it's just fine there. So quite safe at the moment. I can also potentially castle long after playing queen a5 or something like this, or queen b6. And just first we have to count the pieces that are developed. I think it's like the bishop on g7, bishop on e6, knight on f6, and knight on c6 against knight on c3 and bishop on e2, and potentially rook that will play from h1 somehow. But this is not the way, because the heavy pieces in the opening you usually do not develop. So in this case, it's also a proof of that. And we should seek, you know, some kind of a piece play here for black, certainly, as we're up in the development. So this is very important. And now I think white is really kind of stuck with their play. So let's see what happened. I think he just tried to... he was very upset at some point already around here.
Castles. Yeah. And he hit the pawn on d6. And now question to you guys. How do you deal with this situation? Question number 4. We've already spoken a bit about this. So you have some hints already. Black to play. What do you do? 2 minutes here. Also, meanwhile, there are a couple of super chats I'll read. Joy Datta says, I've been exploring King's Indian defense lines recently, and this stream has been super exciting for the same. Thanks. This super chat is Guru Dakshina. I need to get back to the corporate jungle now. We'll catch up the rest stream later on. Wonderful. Thank you, Joy. Faizan Khan says, one question I have always in King's Indian is when and where to castle. Raja, usually short castle, no, for black?
Yeah. I mean, King's Indian usually short castle, yeah.
Short castle. And Rakshit Singh says, how do players at top level find the balance between surprising opponents and playing solid chess in the opening?
As black nowadays, there is a trend and tendency to play this kind of stuff that you know all the time. You're playing the same, more or less. And with white, you are just trying... so with black, you go more or less what you know, clearly, what you have to do. And with white, you're trying to find the line that he didn't check for a long time. It can be a solid line, but he just didn't check it for a long time. And it's surprising for precisely this day. So you see that he probably didn't play it for a long time. So he probably does not remember the best ways to react and all stuff like that. And you try to trick him there, or maybe you have an idea in one of the main lines. It depends, but it's like really different. Depends what line he plays, of course. Because on the high level, there are like players who play like Queen's Gambit, like me, for example. And then it's sometimes hard to really surprise. It's just you are trying to improve on some lines and find some ideas, how you will put pressure on his position. And as black, as I said, most of the people are just trying to play stuff that they know quite well and that they defend quite well. Yeah. So trying to find the balance is always the case. Not to try something too risky, because you will try something too risky like this, and in most of the cases against the top players, you will get problems as white. For example, like lines like this, for example, if you try to play
Right.
Yeah, it's surprising. It's nice. He doesn't know what to do, but he will react by the instincts, by nature that he knows the way to react on some things, and then it will be very unpleasant.
Yeah, because they are very good, and so they are able to refute such strategies. So guys, time is up. Let's start with Vaibhav. Vaibhav, what's your move?
Queen b6.
Queen b6 by Vaibhav. He wants to put his queen on the b6 square. Okay, Biswa, what's your move?
Same, queen b6.
Okay, and Anirban?
Queen b6.
Aha, all three of them went queen b6 and
Yeah, I think it's a good move. Yeah, I don't know, Sagar. I didn't check this with the compy, but I guess it's not bad. Shouldn't be bad. Yeah, I think it should be good.
yeah, it's just based on your feel. I'm also not checking with the computer. This entire like Grandmaster series is mainly about your feel and what you feel. Maybe it's could be that computer gives white an edge, but according to you, if you think this is a good move, then we give.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I don't think it's an edge already for white here, even after queen b6 as well. Probably it's even stronger than rook e8 that was played in the game. I have no idea, but rook e8 just seemed very natural to me during the game, so I played rook e8. But the idea is the same. The most important thing is that you all got the point that you have to really sacrifice d6, and you shouldn't go for the defense. Because, for example, if you go knight e8 here, then you shouldn't play King's Indian at all, never. This means that you just don't have this feeling of the... You can do this first times, of course, but then you have to understand fast that this is not the way, yeah? You have to really sacrifice it, play for the piece play, and so on. And here, for example, if you go knight e8 like this, h5, then knight g5, some other stuff, white would be just better. I think some h5 here would come, and the position would be really unpleasant. Queen to d2, like really unpleasant to play as black, very passive.
Biswa,
So instead of playing...
Anirban, Vaibhav, what are the chances that if Raja had not mentioned d6, you'd have to sacrifice that you would have actually played knight e8 in this, or you would have anyway given up?
It's very difficult to calculate who would have.
Because now you know this,
but
it's
yeah,
very
that was the
difficult
prime
to...
reason. That was definitely one of the reasons why they're like, okay, fine, d6 is gone. Let's just think of where we can go.
Yeah, it's the first intention, is to go knight e8, of course, at first. While you're studying the line, let's say, you see that the pawn is hanging. And the point of the game is not to lose a lot of pawns, yeah, and just not to blunder and stuff. So in this case, your first intention always is to defend this. But I remember when I was a kid and started to learn like this kind of type of things, and King's Indian was not the first thing I learned. I was playing different openings, but I saw some of the games. I was very impressed somehow when I first saw that you have to give this d6 and c5. I was like, what? Just contradicts all of the rules, yeah, more or less. Because at first, at least, when you are studying, so you see that, okay, the pawns and they're just taken. You will be without the pawns. What are you going to do? But in fact, I started to understand the tactics of the opening, like this one or the Indian defense and so on. And then I was just really amazed by these ideas. And probably from that time, I got excited by all this kind of sacrifices and stuff. So I felt like really nice about them. So just loved the King's Indian, Indian defense, both of them. I was just amazed by the fact that you can give up the pawn as black in the opening and just be like in a very good position. That was really just a revelation, yeah. Of very unusual thing in chess. That all these materialistic rules from time to time they just don't work. You go for tactics. You go for even sometimes not the tactics, but the dynamic factors work. Pieces are just better. The white's king is in the center, as we can see now as well. So you're not afraid because your king is already castled, and you have all the compensations for the pawns, which is very important. But this is one of the like really important stuff in the King's Indian and Indian defense, and generally in chess with all the sacrifices that you gotta learn. Because sacrificing for dynamic factors is very important to understand. This is one of the hardest thing. Because you always have to find the balance. Even the top players, when they're playing their games, sometimes you find this balance, sometimes you are not, but you are searching for it, like constant search for this kind of stuff. But certainly the game has this mathematical thing in it. So always this finding the balance all the time is only possible for the engine. So that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So here...
Okay, chess rap part 2 finished.
No. This is this is great knowledge for everyone to understand these little subtleties, and this is what we want from you, Raja. So he took the pawn on d6, He
Yep.
could also have taken with the queen, but I'm sure that Raja would not have exchanged the queen anyway. Like he would go queen a5 and then
Yeah.
bring his rook.
Queen a5 or queen b6. Yeah, both of the moves attacking the pawn on b2 and then bringing the rook to d8 already. Yeah, very good position for black. Very good position for black.
So
He was very upset about this, I think, during the game.
Yeah, queen a5, and now white very reluctantly castled because there are two threats. One is to bring the rook and pin this, and the other is to take on e4 because this knight is pinned. So he had to castle, and now suddenly h4 doesn't look as threatening. And Raja got his rook on d8, hitting the bishop. And now white played the move e5. So guys, time for your fifth point here. What do you play here as black? Black to play. What is the move that comes to your mind? Because you see white has won a pawn. And you have to be a little careful. Because also his development is completed.
Yeah.
Faizan Khan says, thanks for the stream, Sagar. I think this series is the best on the internet. Also love Raja's attacking style.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, but it's really exciting, I think, for people to watch it. And also you're learning live. So this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is something really amazing that you guys are sharing your knowledge here. Oh, the last question was Queen B6, Raja. We give everyone a point, right, for that?
Yeah.
So,
Clearly.
and also Rook E8 was a full point, guys, to all those who found that. So Raja played Rook E8 in that position.
The first silent moment, yeah. Everybody's enjoying it. Meditation.
Everyone is thinking about the move. Nihar Sheikh, thank you so much. Let's go with Biswa here. Biswa, what's your move?
Knight g4.
Knight to g4. Okay. What about Anirban?
Knight
There's some problem in the internet. Was it for everyone or my connection unstable?
I think your connection. Everyone else is okay. Your connection is an issue, Raja, I think. So Biswa, you went knight g4. Anirban, you also knight g4.
Yes.
Okay. Vaibhav,
Knight d2. d7, sorry.
knight to d7. Okay. Very cool. Let me see if I think Raja simply has hung. Yeah.
But now I feel like g4 is better. After, like, I did not consider it. So just generally.
So do you want to keep knight d7 or?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
he
mean,
wants
I
to get
didn't
knight
think of
d7.
it. Yeah, I mean, I did not think of it. So I can't see.
Raja, are you back?
Raja just likes to stay still like this. I'm sorry. I just want to tell everyone it's not his connection. There are often people of such grand stature and such amazing players. They meditate just once in a while in between. They take these breaks. These are knacks that amazing people have. Geniuses always have these things which are off the usual. So that's all right. But
Anirban is teacher, Raja is student now. Anirban, what's the right move?
Yes, G4 and knight G4.
There was something with my connection, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there was something with my connection, which is scary before the next tournament. But okay, I have a lot of internet, but still, yeah. So, guys,
It's
what was
amazing
the
every time.
move?
I was thinking every time the internet goes in Raja's house, there's like, oh my god, my next move, my next connect, my next game.
So knight G4 has been suggested by the way, Raja, if you see the setting has changed now because you went offline.
Yeah.
Now from King's Indian, we are going to play Danish Gambit.
Anirban has become the teacher. But I'm going to...
Yes. We've got a lot of points, yeah. So what was the move suggested?
Knight G4 by Biswa and Anirban, and Knight D7 by Vaibhav.
Yeah, I think Knight G4 is a bit better, but Knight D7 is possible, the same almost. Knight G4 is just a bit more active and just pleasant to make Knight G4 rather than Knight D7 to me. But yeah, I think it's a point, yeah, for everyone because it's more or less the same move.
Okay.
There is slight difference maybe. Was it played Knight D5 after this in the game?
Yes.
So there is a slight difference because the knight on G4 is not closing the rook on D8. So after taking on D5, the bishop on D6 will hang if you are playing Knight G4. And with the knight on D7, I'm not sure it's the same story. It's a bit worse than Knight G4, I guess. It's a bit worse, but I'm not sure you shouldn't give the point here, right?
It's a full point to both.
Yeah, it's very close. Very close. Knight D7 is probably just almost as good at least.
I think you should check with the computer.
Yeah, I think in general I should work on my chess. It's not even about exactly this move, yeah.
But okay, Knight G4 was played in the game, and yes, Knight D5 was played by Kazhgalayev, and here Raja took on D5.
Yeah.
CD, and he recovered his pawn. Knight E5, Bishop E5, Knight E5.
Yep.
And his opponent went H5.
Finally, he went H5 without any threat.
And here already black is so much nicely placed. Raja, next move you played was very, very kind of confusing for me. Knight G4. Why did you decide on this move?
Why is it confusing?
Like basically, like knight is well placed here. I don't know what is it doing on G4. It could get under some attack from the bishop. Like, I mean, why to put the knight here?
Okay, the point was to go Knight G4. First of all, not to exchange the knights at some point. Because I was just thinking that maybe this would give white more chances with the opposite colored bishops. Also, certainly better for black. Certainly better for black. But I just saw that D5 is very vulnerable as well. So it just has different ideas in it. So Knight G4, avoiding any exchange of the knights. Attacking D5 and B2 pawns. So in terms of... Okay, Knight G4 is not directly attacking D5, but the knight is coming to F6. And the pawn on D5 will be lost simply. So the B2 pawn is hanging. I'm opening up my rook on E8. It's in a great position there. And I remember once, I think one Grandmaster was explaining something. And like maybe 3 minutes or 4 minutes explanation of some position. And about some move, why he played it. And at the end, he stopped like this in front of the demonstrating board, you know, the big one. And he says... And also, I think this move just wins. It's just, you know, after 3 minutes of explanation, but in fact, it just wins. I mean, guys, so that's it. So the same here, like Knight G4 is just really, I think it just wins here. So Knight G4, Knight F6, and attacking the D5 pawn. I think this is kind of a kind of multi-purpose move, and yeah, I think it's very strong, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. So he took here Kazhgalayev, and guys, here's your next moment again. This today's Grandmaster Chess is like kind of decision making for you, because it's not more about calculation. Will you take with the H pawn here with the F pawn, or would you do something else? Again, not a very tough question. White to play. Sorry, black
Yeah.
to play. Black to play.
This one is just classical. You just have to know it by nature.
Raja, your internet is not the best, yeah?
Now, yeah, something is wrong. Usually it's very good. I mean, it's like 1 giga or something, so it should be fine. But I don't know what's happening today. Is it bad now?
Now you're okay. Now you're perfect. But
It's strange, yeah? It's
yeah,
strange.
it goes away.
Very strange. Never happened last months, yeah? Already. Few months maybe. Was fine. It's because of this hard questions that we're having here. Overloaded.
Maybe overload of chess, yeah, for the internet.
Yeah,
Internet is like,
overloaded.
Can't have so much chess.
Let me see what is the speed test saying.
Guys, try to think whether you'll take with the H pawn or the F pawn, because here it's not so simple.
But very classical, right? This one. This you have to, like, I mean, most of the times you do this in this kind of positions.
Yeah. And this has been a very high scoring Grandmaster Chess until now. 4, 4 and 3.5 after 5 questions, which is very cool. Because generally in the first 5 they are on 1.5, 2 or 2.5 points like that. So very cool. Okay guys, time is up. Let's begin with Anirban this time. Anirban, what's your move?
H pawn.
H pawn? You want to take with the H pawn? Okay, Vaibhav?
H.
H as well. Biswa?
H.
H.
Yeah. Perfect.
Good chess
Perfect.
education. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
nice.
this is a good chess education. Yeah, because the white squared bishop, if you play with the F, first of all, you have to take to the center side, and usually most of the times. And in this case as well, if you are playing f takes g6, then there is like bishop c4 and all that stuff coming. All this, the diagonal is very weak, and the king is becoming weak as well. Yeah, h takes g6, very classical way. An important one.
Also, it's just winning.
It's just winning. Yeah, just winning. It's just good.
Yeah.
No, but it's like sometimes, for example, the grandmasters themselves, and they think some of the things are like pretty simple. I mean, just they don't need any explanation, and they forget that many, let's say, players are watching them, and just youngsters, people who are trying to learn, and so on, and they just explain some things, and like for example, me from time to time, I'm saying like plus minus vertically. Because I don't know how to call it, and I said already many times that I don't know how to call it exactly. But for the grandmasters, it's clear. For the others, let's say, they just don't know it. And the Western players, they don't have this kind of evaluation as well. On the West, you don't say it. In let's say in Russian, in the Soviet school, plus minus vertically, like everybody will understand like what it means. Yeah, it's like a huge advantage, but not winning. And Western world, completely. I mean, not in the series, but in the general Western world. Yeah, everybody just says, what? Plus minus vertically? What is this? What is the stuff? And it's just a translation from Russian to English. All the Russian-speaking grandmasters, they understand. All the rest, they're saying, who's this guy? Why is he explaining things? So, I mean, for some positions, you just have kind of strange explanations, like this is good, and everybody says, what? Why did he resign, for example? This is the usual question. And was proposed many times that people should play till the very end, until there is a mate or something. Which is, for example, Kostyanyuk, she was a women's world champion. She proposes that we play till the very, very end, so that everybody understands the result, not only grandmasters. Because sometimes we just resign like 20 moves before it's finished.
Correct.
And nobody knows why.
So Teimour, in this position, Kazhgalayev played queen c2.
Mm-hmm.
You did not pick up this pawn, I guess
Yep.
because you didn't want to give his bishop activity and also some knight jumping here and coming here, right?
Yeah, I guess I just didn't want because for sure I've seen that I can take it, but rook d5 probably bishop c4, and even though maybe rook f5 is possible somehow now, but rook e1, let's say, or something like this, maybe at some point. Yeah. So yeah, I just thought probably is also okay. I don't know, but it just felt very natural not to take it, to block it first, and then see, because the bishop on e2 is very bad. b2 pawn is hanging after the move I have played, and yeah. I didn't want to take this pawn. I didn't want to open up the bishop, especially in a rapid game like the fast chess controls. You can miss things easily afterwards with the bishop on c4.
One thing that you guys have to see very carefully in this game is how Raja is coordinating his pieces. Like for example, you can see he could take this pawn, but that would give his opponent play. So he goes queen b6, hitting the b2 pawn first. Let's say his opponent plays bishop c4. Now he sees that, okay, queen b2 takes, rook b1 will give white back the b7 pawn. So he goes here and blocks it, and basically this entire maneuver, bringing the queen here, looking at this square and also blocking the pawn, is actually not so easy. I mean, it's a very nice maneuver by him.
Yeah, now the position is hard for white. I mean, they have to really take some measures here. Like, hard to say what they have to do. What is the best move? Probably Compi will keep it calm somehow, but certainly black is better. And now I found this idea of I don't want to. I'm not saying anyway. But I mean, I don't want to say what was the rest. But yeah, now it should be clear why this maneuver was good. Yeah.
Okay, so white played rook fe1, trying to fight for the e-file. And now for your 7th point, guys. This is actually a key moment in the game. Not so simple. What do you play here as black? Let's give 3 minutes.
Yeah, this one is important. How is the cricket going? Good?
I stopped watching.
You stopped, yeah? You didn't answer the question about the top rankings.
Hey, my headphones have a problem right now.
Ah, okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Oh.
So my internet is fully back, I think.
Yeah, all good now. But Raja, right now, like you are in Moscow, and you are all the time like preparing chess, or you are also now very busy with your academy. You are working on the academy as well.
No, the academy itself already, took some time, of course. I mean, putting all these schedules even, like of the people like Chichilov, let's say, for example, mine as well. Also, a lot of activity with this Chess 24 stuff. Also trying to work now on the course of Chess 24. We'll start in a few days, probably.
On
the Chess 24 Chessable course.
But on which topic?
Sveshnikov still in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so this one, and I mean, we will decide finally, but I think it will be Sveshnikov. I mean, it's like 95% of a chance. They told me that Anish did it in some months, so I don't know, maybe for me it will take years, because he's very good at delivering every file and everything in Siri and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So could be a hard work, but I think it's also good for my chess and for the opening that I'm playing, Sveshnikov as well, from time to time. So it could be nice. And looking forward to it. And also I think that it really brings a lot of joy to the fans, because they want to learn the Siri, and they have this chance. A lot of players in the world, they can just buy this course and really have one opening established, complete repertoire. So it's I think it's worth it. Yeah. So do this once and you have one opening like for lifetime. Yeah. So that can be quite cool. So also busy with that. A lot of other activities.
So like from 13 to 21st, you will play in this next Champions Chess Tour?
12th, no? 12th.
12th to 21st, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. and then you will play. You will have from 22nd your course with Chuchelov in your academy.
Yeah. But Chuchelov starts there. So it's not me. So I will have my other course on the Chessable. We'll start probably delivering files and working on the course since 22nd, maybe probably starting from 22nd.
So cool.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff to do, but just also a lot of stuff beside that. Also tons of stuff, but it's not chess related. I mean, except my trainings, yeah. Also, it's not chess related, but it's like more business related. So I do a lot of stuff as well, and also takes a lot of time. So altogether, it's just I feel like Elon Musk.
You feel like Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah, but no billions, yeah, no space, nothing. Just feeling like Elon. Just the tiredness of Elon and the efficiency of Raja.
I think a lot of us feel tired like him. It's just that we don't.
Yeah, just we lack billions, yeah. We lack billions and some ideas, creativity.
Yeah. Okay, Vaibhav, let's begin. What's your move here with black?
Rook e5.
Rook to e5. Vaibhav now gets into his creative mood, and he has sacrificed exchange with rook e5. Okay, Biswa.
King h7.
King h7. Biswa gets into his deep thinking mode and puts his king on h7. Anirban.
Bishop d4.
Bishop d4. Anirban gets into his normal thinking mode and plays the best move in the position.
Yeah, I think it's because of this stuff that he's drinking, the doping stuff. Clearly. You see?
Okay, but first, Raja, rook e5. Any thoughts about this? How is this move?
Yeah, I think it's not great. Let's be fair. First of all, there is knight takes e5 possible. So already giving up the rook.
What was your idea, Vaibhav, here? Knight e5?
So I thought that if somehow, I was thinking either to start with bishop e5 or rook e5. Because if I can somehow, if I take the bishop, if I bring the bishop first, then it wasn't like, then the knight takes and then the rook takes. Basically, if my rook is kept at e5 somehow, and if it is not captured, then it can slide over to the h file.
Yeah.
And the queen is already eyeing to the h2 square. So that is what I'm trying for.
Yeah, that's true. But the way of actually moving the bishop first and then playing king g7 and rook h8 is probably having a bit more point here. But but that's the right way. Bringing the rook to h would be great. But just the problem is that doing this, unfortunately, is hard by rook e5 and h5 because it's like simply captured now. And the point is that, Anirban's move, of course, is a multi-purpose move, yeah? Bishop d4. Because it's the same idea, more or less.
But Raja, don't reveal the moves, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, they will... you tell the idea, then they will get the next points.
Did I play it after? I'm not sure.
No,
I didn't.
We'll come to it. But
I think depends. No, I didn't. I think. Okay.
You're here. What about Biswa's move, king h7? Biswa, why
king
did
h7? Was it the idea to play rook h8 and king g8, or?
Yeah, but first he'll give knight g5 check, king h6, knight goes back. Then you play rook h8. Then basically to control that h file.
Yeah, but the problem is that after knight g5, king h6, there is knight takes f7 check. And he captures your queen. That's the problem. But otherwise, they got the idea, yeah, Sagar, with this rook h8 stuff. That's cool. And rook to h.
I never thought that they will find it, but everyone was thinking in this direction. That
it's very
unexpected.
Open. Yeah.
And
because... The line is open and you want to bring the rook there. It's not that visible, from the first...
Oh, wow. This is a great move.
Bishop d4 is a very strong move, yeah.
Anirban is like very focused. Well done, Anirban. Bishop d4 attacks f2. Okay, let's go forward because let's see. Rook takes e8 was taken. Rook takes, and now f2 is hanging, guys. Just see that you cannot take this bishop at all because of queen h2 and queen h1 mate.
Yeah.
So rook f1 was played, and now guys, for your 8th point in this position, what's your move? And because some hint has been already given, I'm going to give you only 1 minute.
No, let's be fair, Sagar. They found it. They found it themselves. Yeah.
Okay, so we don't.
There was no
keep
hint.
this.
Yeah, I mean, they found it. The idea.
Yeah, the idea. But here they have to play the next move.
Yeah.
Only 1 minute, guys. This is actually a tough one. If you had not seen it before.
What is the most exciting is that probably in this position, I mean, this move doesn't count. This move doesn't count. You have to find the other one. But rook e5 would be quite interesting here. Let's be fair. I'm just thinking about it now. Rook e5.
Vaibhav's move. But then...
yeah, Vaibhav's idea would be interesting here. Exactly at this moment, yeah.
Rook e5, knight d4, maybe.
Rook e2 maybe. Rook e2 after knight d4.
e2.
And queen h2 mate, yeah.
Nice.
A nice trick as well. Nice trick. For the rapid game, I think it's an amazing trick. I don't know, after rook e5 actually.
And knight e5, queen e5,
Queen
there's
e5.
no way to stop queen h2. Because
Yeah, you can move the rook, but taking on f2 will just win the game, yeah.
yeah. Guys, time is up. What's your move here, Biswa?
Oh man, I got confused, but it's king g7.
Okay, very good. Anirban?
King G7.
Fantastic. And Vaibhav?
King G7.
Fantastic. It is the right move, and
Yeah, that was played in the game. The right move, I don't know, but it was played because white is paralyzed. They cannot really do much. That's the problem.
yeah, this
So-
rook e5 is what Raja is now thinking. Because guys, look, knight e5, queen e5, there is no way to stop this checkmate. Even a g3 move will be just met with queen takes g3. The pawn
Yeah.
is pinned. And a very cool trick he showed was knight d4. And here black goes rook e2, hitting the queen and threatening a mate here.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice, very nice.
I just thought about it. Maybe possible rook e5, because it was mentioned with the bishop on g7,
Yes.
and it has a great point with the bishop on d4. So just makes it like much stronger now with this rook e5 probably. It's just interesting to see if it works, but probably it may work. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the game, Raja went king g7, and then his opponent played queen to d2. And guys, this one is really one of the most critical moments of the game. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes here for the 9th point. What did Raja play here? I don't want to give any hints this time. But you need to think. Black to play. See, you can of course go for the most natural move here, but try to think deeper. Try to think deep.
Yeah. This is the.
You must have enjoyed, yes, Raja making this move.
Yeah, I've enjoyed. I remember just this joy of having this position on the board, and like all of the pieces completely paralyzed. White's position, like nothing to do at all. My bishop compared d4 and c4 bishops. If you compare them, look at these bishops. The one is like a pawn, and the other one is just attacking. This is actually this King's Indian bishop that is out there, and all the structure, the pieces look like just beautiful. Yeah, sometimes this kind of positions. It's just the way that your knight is working, like queen, rook. They're like all together, working for one goal simply. And white's pieces are just completely random. Knight on f3, yes, it's protecting the king with the h2 square. But they are not like the orchestra. Yeah, they're not playing. Like, they're completely different. Yeah, just the music is not there. Yeah, just the feeling is not right. So look at the bishop on c4 is just somewhere like doing nothing completely. The rook on f1 is just, what is it? It's just stuck there.
I mean, a beginner would say material is even, position is equal, but of course a strong player will instantly see the difference in the activity and everything.
Yeah. In the quality of pieces
Yes,
here. Yeah.
quality. Very nice. Amazing.
Now, yeah, just when looking at the positions like this, I don't know why actually I did this. why actually I did this. Because I see much simpler ways of playing this position.
Yeah, I mean, your last move was definitely pointing towards the move that you wanted to play, but suddenly you changed your plans. So
Yeah, and I don't know why actually. Why did I do that?
I think because you were young, and at that point it's natural to be like kind of more flamboyant, to be a little more. Because today's Raja, like the cool, calm kind of will be like, I don't need to go for all these stunts. Yes, I'll just.
Yeah,
play
probably
calm.
I would make just the other move and that's it. I don't see why was it bad. I think it's also winning. No, I guess. I mean, why you should be creative? Yeah, it's hard to say.
Very interesting. You see, guys, even with experience, the moves can be different. And this is also one of the nice things about Grandmaster Chess. When we pick up certain games, which are the old ones, the players themselves who have played these games, they are like, oh, now I think about this position slightly differently than what I did.
Yeah. It's very strange. Yeah, getting gold is bad.
No, maybe it's better. No, it's like you are more efficient.
Better, I'm not sure, Sagar. In no way. Getting older is better. No way.
Experience maybe, but okay. Let's start with Biswa.
Bishop e3.
Bishop to e3. Biswa wants to put the bishop, sacrifice it. Anirban.
Rook h8.
Rook h8. Okay.
But if I like, can I give another thing, like maybe what Raja played? Because
okay.
I got it that
before you say, we'll go to Vaibhav. Then you can say, Vaibhav, what's your move?
Rook h8.
Rook h8. Okay. Anirban, what was your move that you wanted to say? Second one.
Is it Queen g3?
Ooh, Queen g3.
But Queen g3, Queen captures on d4, no?
With a check. Very nice.
Oh,
very
okay.
nice. Very quick.
Good. Very good.
I was also thinking the same thing, actually.
Tactician. Yeah, that's cool. Spotting this Queen d4 fast. Wow. Yeah.
Check, and then you pick up this queen. By the way, Raja, Rook h8 was suggested by Vaibhav and Anirban, and Bishop e3 by Biswa.
Yeah, I don't understand why Rook h8 wasn't played, to be honest. I just don't understand why I didn't play this. It was the most simplest way to do.
But then you have no threat, no, as of now.
Yeah, but no, I mean, there's no move, yeah?
I mean, let's say he plays b3.
Yeah, b3, and you can do whatever you want. Probably I just didn't see the direct way to win the game. Can we go Rook h3 here?
Whoa, what a move. Wow.
Just wins as well, probably.
And then you want to take this guy. But so you see, you have to make that.
Wow.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that explains it. Yeah, that explains it. But also maybe knight h2 is possible, no? Instead of rook h3 simply. Probably also close to winning.
Knight h2. Yes, true. So rook is attacked, and if rook moves, then knight f3 and queen h2.
But that was too slow for me at the time. I was young and I just wanted to do things like, in a forced way.
Yeah.
During the games. Yeah, I saw the forced way to win the game, and I just said, okay, it's a forced way to win the game. Probably that was the thinking. Why should I be slow here if it's a forced way to win the game? So I think that was the reason.
Biswa actually got the square right, but the piece wrong.
Yeah, because if you go with the bishop, to e3, the problem is that he can just take with the pawn. And what will you do afterwards? Rook, but you just gave the bishop and there is no mate. Yeah, it's just bishop down now.
I miscalculated thinking that queen h2 will be mate here. I didn't notice a knight on f3.
Yeah. So
it should have been rook e3, is it? Or knight e3? Rook e3, right?
Rook e3.
Yeah.
Rook e3.
Beautiful move. The guy.
Yeah, this one is beautiful. I remember making this move somehow. It's like 16 years already passed. Oh my god. Oh, how old I am. That's crazy. Okay.
Wow.
So, yeah, but I remember the joy of playing this move. I was just like, I found the idea and I was like, I was just super excited. and before making it, you like double check, triple check, or whatever. And yeah, I just triple checked it because it's a World Cup, important game, and so on. And when I just realized that it's it's completely winning, I just found this next idea probably that is going to be asked.
Yes.
Yeah, Sagar, there is one other question.
Yeah, there are 3 more after this.
3 more, yeah. And when I just played it, I calculated it till very end. Okay, here already I calculated it till the very end, so I just saw that I'm completely winning after each reply and stuff. And I remember the joy. And the joy is like, you know what? Because there is the World Cup and the people are approaching you and they're also playing their games. And you are trying to find this moment. It's a rapid, so there are not too many players already there. It's a rapid, yeah. And some of the players, they just finished the games and they're watching. And you are trying to find as much audience as possible to make this one on the board. And you are just looking at them. They're looking at the board, and then some are laughing, seeing the idea, or some are not seeing at all. And then you try to impress them. You try to to bring the audience closer to you. You're just looking at the Grandmaster. They're coming to see your games and so on. And then you do this move like a superstar. Yeah, just a pleasant feeling. Yeah. Just a very pleasant feeling.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So rook e3, and
you
for
can't
what
take
what
because
points?
you lose the queen. Yeah. So yeah, what's the point? As Raja asks, guys, if White plays b3, what's the point of this rook e3?
Yeah,
taking a knight.
f3, no?
Yes, take here, pawn takes and mate. Correct. So he went rook c1 here, at least creating a square for the rook here. So Raja played a very nice move now. And I would say for you to think a bit what to play. 10th move, 10th question now. What is the move that Raja played? Yogesh Saxena in the last position, knight e3. It's an interesting move, but I'm not
for the points, Sagar. We didn't give the points.
Yeah. Sorry, we forgot. Just rook. There was rook h8, and there was rook h8 full point, or?
Yeah, it's a good move. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Should we be completely objective here,
Yes.
or should it be like?
No, objective.
Yeah, objective then. Yeah. I mean, because finding rook e3 is a hard story, yeah, as well, and rook h8 is very strong.
So rook h8 gets the full point, and bishop e3 was a blunder. Sorry, knight e3. Sorry, bishop e3. Yeah. So
Bishop e3, yeah.
Doesn't get a point. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's important.
Let me start the clock. Here, when you played rook e3, did you consider that your opponent will go rook c1?
Yeah, I consider that he will move the rook somewhere, yeah. To open
so the next move was already planned, or you had to figure out now?
No, I just calculated the other stuff, and I didn't have enough time, of course, here. Probably the other stuff also wins. But I just thought that, I mean, why? If this one is just creating more problems, why not to do this? And found this idea, then was very happy about it and just went for it. I just saw that this is like very close to winning. But when playing the move rook e3, of course, first I was calculating in case he moves the way he did, like rook c1 and stuff, more forcing ways, let's call it, more forcing ways. But then I found another forcing way and was happy about it. Yeah. I just don't want to give any hints because otherwise it's just whatever I say is just very close to the move that they should do.
Yeah, right. Guys, try to think, and also all those who are learning something from this and are getting good knowledge, please do like the stream already so that it will reach more people. And yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the most natural move also should be winning, no, Raja here?
Should be, yeah. Should be winning. But The other one is more like, this Anand style, I would say. Because the first one is like when you want to calculate a lot. And the second one is more Anand. I mean, for sure Anand would do this, I think. Like in the game.
What is
This
Anand's
natural,
style?
not necessary to calculate it. Clearly winning anyway. And just by the feeling, yeah, you're just doing this. Like, I don't know, it's like this flow, yeah. I mean, he was always like this. Many times, even when I had a lost position against him, I would see some like super forced way, very complicated to win the game. But yeah, forced way, complicated, but possible to calculate. And he wouldn't calculate. He would just do some other moves, and your position just collapses, yeah, by itself. So you will make more mistakes. You will commit more mistakes. It's so hard, so bad.
It's
And
like
also-
thinking that, oh, thank God he didn't play the forced move. But then you realize even that move is also strong that he played.
Yeah, you will make some concession next, and clearly it's winning still. So why to force things? Yeah, you still have enough time. Like Carlsen calls it this kind of things. He calls that some of the top players, most of the top players, he thinks that are sadistic by nature. But I wouldn't say it's the case. I would say more that they are not sadistic, but they understand that it's like kind of winning, close to winning, and the position will collapse anyway. So there's no need to really force it as much. Yeah, the opponent is already like in a knockdown. He's back, but he's like shaking. He's like ready to get punched once more, and he will be completely finished. So there is no need just to jump on him immediately. You just go around. You see that physically already he cannot do anything, like in boxing. Yeah.
Right.
As Lennox Lewis says that it's very close to boxing, the chess.
Yes.
So only thing is that of course you don't get hit physically, but
Yeah.
still.
Got it. So guys, what's the move here? Biswa, what is your move?
Rook takes f3. I can't think of anything else.
Rook takes f3 was played. Okay, maybe we'll check your calculation later. Anirban?
Yeah, I'll go with rook takes f3.
Okay, Vaibhav?
Yeah, I also couldn't find anything. I'm thinking of queen f4, but I'm pretty sure rook takes on f3 is winning for. It seems like, I don't know.
My second move was knight f2.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, so knight f2, rook f3, and queen f4. Okay, knight f2 first. Maybe we can see a bit. Knight f2. I guess the point is that after queen takes f2, there is rook takes f3.
Yes.
And black is winning. But after knight takes f2, I guess white has to go for something like knight takes d4, probably. And then things are getting a bit more complicated, no?
Yeah.
Because what is the next move for black?
Maybe knight h3.
Knight h3. Knight h3.
King h2.
First of all, if I
No,
take on
king
h3,
then queen g3. Oh no.
yeah, and queen g2. Already it's complicated, and for the practical game, for sure I wouldn't go for it because it's like too complicated in any case. I mean, it's just maybe there is some beautiful way of winning it, but black's position is so dominant here that you don't really need to play for this knight takes f2 tricks. It's like tricking yourself more or less after seeing knight takes d4 at least. If you see knight takes d4 there, you already understand that you're just complicating matters for yourself unnecessarily, completely. Rook takes f3 is winning. I'm sure. There is no need to check it, but for sure it's winning somehow. As some of the coaches in Soviet Union, I mean, in Baku at the time, would say like, okay, rest yourself. And you would say, what? What rest myself? I mean, I just don't understand anything. What should I do next? It's like so complicated. It got even more complicated. And they would say, no, come on, the rest just do on your own. It's fine. It's just winning. So here in this position, clearly, maybe not knight takes f2, maybe queen g3, gf, yeah, gf, queen g3, king f1, and here I guess queen f3 or knight takes f2 or anything should be very close to winning. But still not a direct win, but very close to winning. Should be fine. But queen f4, queen f4 and rook f3 goes 1 point. Yeah.
Queen f4 was the move that was played in the game by Raja, and the threat is to take on f3 with the rook when the queen on d2 would be hanging. So that would be a free piece.
And I think this is the typical Anand's move that he would make, like clearly. I would think of Anand here after, with this queen f4. And I think I also played it like just without, like maybe after a few seconds or something. I think I did it very fast because I just felt it's natural and it should be winning. And also it's beautiful because rook is still hanging there on e3. And already for the second move, it's hanging there. And the threat of rook takes f3 is impossible to meet, I think, here.
Yeah.
Just winning.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Only when you said that it's a more forcing line is what you were trying, I was trying to see if rook e1 works. And then I see that we win the queen, but we have 3 pieces for queen. Like, I don't think that was...
Here.
Yeah.
Where, sorry?
This move, rook e1.
Yeah. But then he takes and he gets 3 pieces.
You take the queen, but you lose 3 pieces for a queen, and I don't think that's a...
Yeah. And this is better for white in this case. But it's just unnecessarily complicating things here. And in such positions, you should more think about just the fact that your opponent is just completely busted in this situation. I mean, just completely winning for your side. Let's say black here, and he will commit more mistakes in this case usually. So you just don't need to win all of the. Okay, if it's forced and if it's winning, fine. But if you don't see or it's complicated or something, let's say in a rapid game, I was not sure about rook takes f3, if it's directly winning. So I just thought, okay, I mean, he's like, his pieces are completely doing just nothing. I don't even know how to call it. They're just so paralyzed there with knight on f3, defending the entire position of white. Rook on c1, queen on d2, and bishop on c4. They're present, but they're not doing anything. They're just statists. They're just watching, the game go. And bringing the queen closer to the king is always a good idea. So queen f4 is just very natural, very good move, I think, in this position. So rook f3 and queen f4, goes 1 point,
Beautiful.
And
Also,
knight takes 2, 0,
No, it was not. I think rook f3 and rook f3.
Was the second option, knight takes f3.
Yeah.
Okay. So rook f3,
So rook
f3 and queen
was
f4.
suggested by all of them, right?
I think so, yeah.
Vaibhav, your move was also rook f3, right?
Yeah.
All of them suggested. By the way, I hadn't given 1 point for king g7 when you guys said, so I've added that.
Vaibhav suggested queen f4.
No.
That was the second.
As a first option.
I thought like f3, that I was considering f4, but I couldn't find the... after I thought that rook f3 was winning for sure, so I chose that.
Okay. Anyway, both.
So rook d1 was played, now defending the queen. Now Raja took gf, and he gave this check on g3, king f1, and now is your final point here, guys. How do you finish off your opponent? Black to play. So you have got him on the edge.
Now it's more about precision,
Yes.
It's winning, but it's more about precision, and this is the most precise way. And if not this move, I think the rest, we can be objective in this one. Here we have to be, I wanted to say subjective, but where each person is subjective, normally. So that's a bit philosophical story now. But the point is that here, precision is more important than the objective evaluation. Many moves win here, probably, but this one is just made him resign immediately, just for you to understand. So it means that this was very precise, and important to find such moves.
Oh, nice. Guys, come on. You need to find this. And you can. Look at forcing checks, captures, and threats. Mainly checks.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, time is up here. Let's start with Anirban. What's your move?
Just 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Okay. Biswa?
Yeah, 15 seconds.
15 seconds after Anirban's 15 seconds.
Yes.
But Vaibhav has written down the move. So Vaibhav, what's your move?
My move is 16 seconds. That is my move in this game. But I haven't written it down yet.
You have it written, yeah?
I think I also... No, I don't have it. Okay.
So what's your move, Vaibhav? Or you haven't written it?
I have written it. Yeah.
So tell.
I want to tell after. Okay, fine.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, yeah.
Knight h2.
Okay.
Okay.
Knight h2 is Anirban's move. What about Vaibhav?
Knight h2.
Knight h2. Biswa?
Yeah, I don't like Anirban's from Knight S2, so Knight S2.
Okay, but guys, did you calculate after Knight h2 what are the possibilities?
Yeah, King e1 makes means bishop takes on f2 check. King e2
Take
and
on
then
queen
queen
f2?
Yeah, that's not the check. The check is Queen G1.
Oh, sorry.
check.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Queen
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
then you take the
what is
queen.
the win?
Then queen takes and then forces him back and then
Not back, front.
Queen F2.
no.
So here you
No, wait.
play King e1. You said
Yeah.
Queen g1, King e2.
No,
Queen
if
F2.
King
Queen
e1, then
e1,
Knight to
Knight
f3.
to f3. Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Because
King
it
e2, then King e2, then what?
King e2, then Queen to f3.
Then go on. Finish him off.
King e1.
King e1.
I'm a little confused what happened.
Yeah, I also got. Okay,
Bishop
yes,
f2.
yes.
King
Okay,
e2.
knight h2 check, King
takes-
e2, Queen
Yeah.
f3, King
Yeah.
e1.
Yeah,
Oh.
Just Queen E4? No.
Queen e2.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No,
Oh, Queen
H1,
4, Queen 2. Oh, then Queen H1 mate.
King
No,
D2.
it's not mate. It's not mate. It's not mate.
No, now what about h1 now? Here. Oh, okay. What's happening? Yeah,
Man,
yeah. Now Queen to
Now? What?
if no.
Queen F3.
Draw.
But Queen e4.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I
Queen
think
e4 and now
Anirban
the
well
only way is
done.
to give up the queen with Queen e3 and then it's just lost. Yeah, bishop takes e3, takes e4. Yeah, this is important. But I mean, such things are like, the precision is really needed there. So knight h2 is right, king e2, and then you see just this maneuver, queen f3, queen h1, e4. And it just wins immediately. The rest is also probably winning, but it's like still a game. This is the most precise way. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Anirban, what a nice calculation. What are you drinking? I need this one for the next OTB tournament.
Oh, it has become solid.
Okay, I see. So you didn't use much of it, yeah? You
Yeah.
didn't drink-
So we give Anirban and Vaibhav and Biswa half point for this calculation
Why?
because
We
knight
just have to
h2
tell the
you
move.
did- you did not see.
Wait. No, we saw.
Who said Anirban could guess all the moves?
Yeah.
Why
Anirban,
did you
Anirban was calculating after you moved
Yeah,
everything.
I was
He didn't also
calculating.
calculate.
I was
Guys,
calculating.
who is the Anirban is the leader of the entire thing.
Anirban
I
won
think-
with 10 points out of 12, which is amazing. Like he scored very heavily here.
Yeah. But I
And-
think he was like in super shape today, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. And Anirban, congratulations. You also win a DVD to study King's Indian more now. So you
Awesome.
can-
Thank you so much.
This is here.
But guys, what is the list? Who is leading? I just need to know.
Vaibhav. This is Vaibhav's tournament that we just guest appeared
Yeah.
in.
Where was leading by huge margin.
Huge
Wait, you
margin.
are leading?
Yeah, I am as of now.
Here
Just
is
waiting.
the-
So is the 18 done now? So 2 more to go till the chessboard is unveiled.
Cool.
I will reveal it, but guys, at any point, the rules can change with with every question not being 1 point, and then
It is
can be-
amazing how Sagar himself is laughing at this. Yeah, we can change the rule.
We can change the rule to,
accordingly.
Third
to
place
make the game a
winner.
little more interesting.
Yeah, easily. You can change the rules at the very end.
Yeah.
No, but let's say now we're playing this Champions Tour, and there is like something in the contract written that the organizer can change the rules at some point, even. Yeah, and so the point is that, as you see, I don't know, you are not probably following this closely, but they changed with every tournament. The rules are changing.
Really?
So at first we didn't have a match for the third place. Now we have a match for the third place, and which I think is completely overshadowed by the match of the finals, which is I asked the organizers also that I think that maybe it's a bit it's better without the match for the third place, because it's overshadowed by the finals and with the main match for the winning the event. But they're changing the rules because it's new for everyone, this online events and stuff. So they're trying to go accordingly. So they changed some things, but let's say in the professional like sports world, usually you don't change the rules during the once you establish them, you go with all of them like till the very end. But here, as they have this point, they can change at any moment, and everybody who just signed have to agree with it. And with me it's fine because it's the same thing. I'm just coming and playing 5 hours of chess non-stop, and so I'm just fine with it. So the point is that I think Sagar can go for this as well. So at the end, maybe instead of the chessboard, there will be something else. Yes, Sagar.
No.
Apple
We'll see.
subscription. Apple subscription for Apple subscription for I don't know, for iTunes or
50 hours of personal training with Sagar Shah.
podcast with Sagar Shah. Yeah.
But I have one question, Raja. Before
Yes.
you leave, thank you for your time today.
Oh, I have to explain
so much.
cricket rankings also.
Yes.
Cricket rankings was not explained to me.
Before you say Biswa, Raja, would this course that is strategic balance that is from 22nd of March from your academy be any good for players like Vaibhav, Biswa, Anirban, or is it too tough for them?
Well, after seeing their calculations today, I'm not sure it's too tough, to be honest. Because no, but I'm saying Chuchilov is good at one very important thing, is that his explanation, Sagar. I mean, he's probably the people that have this coaching talent, like you do and Chuchilov has. Yeah, I mean, they somehow explain things very, right in the right way. You know, I mean, I would struggle to do so, but you can explain it for any level. Yeah, so in his case, I'm very happy that he's able to explain it to any level of the player. So the same thing that he's explaining to me, he would be explaining to some person that just started to learn chess or something, almost started to learn chess, let's say, and it would be the same quality for them. So this I'm impressed somehow that you are able to do it. I mean, like really, I'm watching your streams, let's say, for the like top events, and it's clear that I can come there and I will be explained by the support of the engine if you do it as well. So I can learn from it, and also like the person who just came into chess and who is eager to learn can do this as well and understand and learn from it. So in this case, I think the good coaches, they explain things like for any level of the players. So with this case, with Chuchilov's case, with your case, I'm always sure that everyone will understand everything. So it's fine. completely.
Amazing.
So it's good. Yeah,
But with
Chuchilov is good at it, and Nataf as well, I think, is good at it. But now we will decide with the schedule with him for the King's Indian course and all the others. He's also busy in some online activities for the for different sites, for Chess.com, for French, for YouTube channel of his, and so on, and for the Twitch and all that stuff. So we will also decide on the schedule and we'll bring it on. Now starting with Chuchilov, and hopefully it will go good, will be okay, and we will not have to relaunch. So yeah, now things are good in Azerbaijan and everything, so it's fine. Yeah, we're ready.
Guys, Radjabov's academy was launched a few months ago, but then there was war and then there was a lot of things that went wrong. But he's relaunching the academy, and on 22nd of March will be his first course with Grandmaster Chuchilov, who has been his trainer. It's strategic balance, 14 hours with 12 hours with Chuchilov and 2 hours with Radjabov. And it'll be, you can check the link in the description if you want to join. And Biswa, now you can explain the cricket rankings.
Yes, cricket ranking, please.
Do you follow any sort of cricket, Raja?
No.
Okay. So it's gonna be difficult.
Straight, yeah, on this.
Yeah. No, basically there are many ways cricket is played, just like many ways chess is played. So there is like a classical format where it's called test match cricket, where the games last for a very long time, like for 5 days almost.
Okay.
And in that, India is leading right now in test rankings. But there is also something like a rapid or blitz, which is played in 1 day. So in that, England is the world champion right now. And then there's something called bullet, like it's called T20. So that's matches last like 3 to 4 hours. And in that, I don't know who is leading right now.
Okay, I see. So the classical way, the Indian team is leading.
It's a great explanation.
Yeah, that's great.
I never thought of it.
It's it's like clearly like cricket with Biswa in 2 minutes, like like this YouTube clips and stuff. Yeah, just everything is clear now. You see, Sagar, this is the way to explain chess. We should learn.
Biswa is a very good teacher. He has this channel. He only explained us Bitcoin yesterday, about the day before yesterday. So
I tried explaining.
Yeah. Did you invest in Bitcoin?
No.
You remind me of this guy. There was like the blockchain specialist. We met, like we had business related stuff, and so there was a blockchain specialist and stuff, and he started to explain the blocks are mined like this and stuff, and the chain and so on. Confirmations are there, all the stuff and so on. Like maybe 2 hours or I don't know, maybe 15 minutes of explanation. And one guy just randomly asked. He's a businessman. He's investing in mining business and Bitcoin and stuff and so on. And he said that just for a question without any sarcasm or anything, he just says, excuse me, but how many Bitcoins did you buy to the guy? And the blockchain specialist says, none. And it's like, okay. And the other guy didn't know anything, but they invested like huge amounts like in the Bitcoin, but he doesn't understand anything about this.
I think the secret is to invest, you should know little less, because if you know everything, you are like, it can go either way. It can go.
Yeah, it's like my friend trying to explain Bitcoin to others. He says, man, you are having electricity. Do you know how it gets to your house? Or do you have like, I don't know, the Wi-Fi connection? Do you know how internet works? And the other says, yeah, okay, now I understand. Yeah, now it's quite similar. Yeah, it's just good thing. Yeah. He said it's just a good thing. It's just a nice thing. So that's fine. So don't get too deep into this kind of stuff. But actually, very interesting to see how Bitcoin works. It's really a nice process. Yeah. By the way, just in case, guys, you want to learn, there is I will actually see that video. Which one was it? Was Vidit and you, right?
Yeah, it's on Biswa's channel. Biswa Kalyanrat, you can find there.
But a lot of that is in Hindi, so I'll send you a much easier link. It's called, there's a channel called 3 Blue 1 Brown, and I'll just send you the link right now.
You mean the explanation of how it works?
Yes.
No, this I know. Man, I know this. Okay. I just wanted to see Vaibhav's explanation to Sagar and Vidit. That was the case.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually quite long time in Bitcoin, so I know.
Okay, great.
He has Biswa, he has made a fortune out of Bitcoin.
That's amazing.
Guys, no, that's not true. Please, tax authorities, stop the stream. delete the last 3 minutes.
Are you Satoshi Nakamoto? Are you?
No, not even close. I'm more Hikaru Nakamura than Satoshi Nakamoto. Yeah, so not at all. Yeah, but it's interesting. It's an exciting thing, actually. I don't know why people are just thinking about it as a thin air. Yeah, that's very surprising to me, but okay.
Anirban and Vaibhav, have you guys thought about it or not really?
No, actually none. I don't know much about it, and I haven't yet.
So
Tanmay had actually asked me to invest something, and but yeah, I couldn't understand. So I did not.
Yeah. The point is to invest, not to understand. There, the first rule of an investor. There, it's like this joke.
Who understands.
Yeah, it's like there is a joke like I think it's either the old Soviet joke or maybe the new Russian joke. I don't know, something like this. Is that there is two types of investor. Okay, let's put it in dollars. So like two type of investors. The one is investing like $5,000, and there are questions. I mean, where is the contract? Where is the tax ID? Where is this? Where is that? A lot of stuff. I mean, how is it going to work? What are the amount of workers that will work in the project and stuff like that? And it's like for 5,000. And there is an investor for like I don't know, 5 million. Says, okay, what is your account? Where should I transfer the money? And that's it. No questions at all. So in this one with Bitcoin, I mean, I see a lot of people that are trying to go deep there and they never invest. This is the first thing. I know also a lot of chess grandmasters, very top grandmasters, and from nowadays and from the past, that they're getting a bit too deep there, and then they just do not invest because they think maybe it's a thin air or maybe it's too complicated. It's quite complicated, let's be fair. And so in this case, you either try to understand it a bit, get the knowledge of it. You like the idea itself. You see the Winklevoss brothers that founded Facebook. Let's be fair, and this movie. Have you seen this movie with the
Social Network?
Social Network. Yeah, I mean, these two guys. I mean, they first kind of invented together with Zuckerberg the Facebook, and then he took the idea in general and created the Facebook, and I think paid something to them because they were in court, maybe $20 to $30 million, when Facebook was already, I don't know, billions or something like that. And after that, they came. I mean, they went for Bitcoin. Completely, these two brothers, and they became billionaires in the Bitcoin. So they have the crypto exchange in New York, the Gemini, and if you are following the people like the big people you want to follow, so it's this Winklevoss brothers, Jack Dorsey of Twitter, the CEO of Twitter, Elon Musk nowadays, of course, but he's making a lot of jokes and memes. He's a bit like Anish on Twitter. He's tweeting about anything, just any subject, 50 times a day. So these guys you should follow, and then you can be serious about the cryptocurrency. Otherwise, there are of course too many guys that are trying to explain it and to do things about it, and many fake stuff as well. So then you can get the feeling that the perception that this is not a serious thing. But if you follow this cool guys that made fortune out of different businesses, I think that it has value to follow their accounts and see what they're saying and so on. They really believe in it, like it's like their religion.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's quite cool.
So cool that we learned a lot of chess from Raja, and then at the end also some Bitcoin advice. So everything.
It's not a financial advice once again, guys. I mean, everyone does with their money what they want to. And the most unpleasant thing, it will be like, okay, buy Bitcoin, and then everybody loses their money and you're responsible for that. So no financial advices. In best case, I think that not more than 10% of whatever you have, you should invest in crypto, or maybe 10 to 30 max, but not like gamblers, not like me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah.
So invest in Bitcoin and then invest in how much the Bitcoin will increase also.
No, but there are also a lot of other cryptos. Yeah, there are DeFi projects, like the new ones that are very interesting as well. DeFi projects. So they're kind of they're against banks. They want to establish a new financial system, and they also have a great potential. But you have to be careful because there are a lot of scam projects as well. So careful. Yeah. Bitcoin is the king. The rest is so. Bitcoin is Carlson of crypto. What can I say? Yeah, I would bet on Carlsen more than others.
Well, thank you so much, Raja, for this class today. And thank you, Biswa, Vaibhav, and Anirban for coming and for learning. Not only do you guys learn, but also so many other people in the chat learn from this. And Raja, I wish you all the best for your upcoming tournament, which is
Yeah,
starting
thank you
from
very
the
much.
12th, and also your upcoming academy. So very exciting times ahead for you.
An upcoming birthday.
When is your birthday?
It's 12th, yeah, but the same day the tournament
No,
starts.
tournament, please check. I believe it should start from 13th because it's a 9-day event. It ends on 21st. So 23rd.
13th is Einstein's birthday, is it or not?
Maybe. Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I thought I'm in the circle of mathematicians. And
Yeah, I don't think mathematicians remember birthdays and stuff. I think
they don't, yeah? They don't.
I think they do maths.
Just the math, yeah? Okay, fine. Okay.
Although I have Google and it's 14th March, not 13th.
It's 14th, so yeah.
So you are the real mathematician, Sagar.
Yeah.
With Google.
With Google, it's nice, yeah. It's nice.
Okay.
Guys, thank you so much. It was really a pleasure to see you.
Thank you so much.
After a long
Thank you
break,
so much,
thank you so
Radjabov.
much. Congrats for today's.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great calculation of all of you, to be honest. But Biswa just wanted to sacrifice too many pieces today. I don't know why. and the pieces. He was in this, creative mood. Next time, try to just think about the goal of overcoming them all in the rankings. It's what I do with my chess. I sacrifice everything. Then I see that I'm already like 30s in all rankings. Then I start to play for all rows, and it becomes very good. A simple tactic like this also works in this Champions Tour tournament, so it's fine. Okay, guys, thank you so much. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Everyone in the
Vaibhav.
chat as well. Bye.
Bye, Anirban. Bye,
Bye
Biswa.
bye.
Bye.
Wow, what a class that was. Oh, Mr. Biswa, how are you?
Okay, chalo. Now proper bye bye.
You can actually invite Raja for Bitcoin for your this, but it is
I'll try.
not calculation, but
Done, brother. Now see you. Bye bye.
bye. Guys, and yes, I forgot to mention to Vaibhav a huge congratulations for hitting 100 points, which is not easy, guys. In 16 classes, he hit 100, which means his average is 6 point something.
तो रेटिंग कम क्यों है फिर उसका?
Biswa is still there, although he's not switched on his video. But Biswa, वो रेटिंग बढ़ेगा ना, उसका रेटिंग 1600 है अभी.
1600 हो गया? चलो मैं खेलने जाता हूँ, चलो बाय बाय.
And also a couple of super chats I missed. A big thank you to Amay Kulkarni for becoming a member, backer of Indian Chess. Thank you, Amay. Gaurav Limaye, great job, Sagar, learning good chess tactics from your stream. Please ask Radjabov to say my name, and do you take online classes for chess? Sorry, Gaurav, the Radjabov has left, but I do not take online classes. But if you need good trainers, you can write to chessbaseindia@gmail.com. I can recommend a few. Flashbin Gaming says, Sagar bhai, if you get some time, can you please check me versus Joy match? It's around 4 minutes. Whether we improved or not, it would really help us. Flashbin Gaming, can you please write to me on chessbaseindia@gmail.com? I will check the game from there. Difficult to get your ID and everything. So thank you all for being here and for supporting. Oh, Bharat Aswal, thank you so much for becoming a member. Very kind of you guys. All this money goes to Indian Chess. We're going to have a new event coming up soon where we'll put up all the details of it. So thank you all for contributing. And also please do check out Raja's academy, which he has built up. I think it would be very nice if you guys want to learn. And yes, it could be that this course is expensive, but if you are, let's say, a strong chess player who wants to improve, chess training is not so easy. Especially imagine you are learning from the best trainer in the world and one of the top 10 players in the world. So it's always very valuable. And thank you all once again for attending this Grandmaster series. And like always, I say, please write down your suggestions in the comments as to how you enjoyed this session, who are the next guests you would like to see on Grandmaster Chess. And very soon we will have the prize reveal, the chessboard that we will reveal on stream. A big thanks to also DGT, who have supported us with the prize. So, this chessboard that we have is sponsored by DGT. Let me see if I can bring that up on the screen. So you guys, yeah, this chessboard, beautiful one. They sent it from the Netherlands for this event, and a big thanks to all of you. Big thanks to them. Okay, guys, see you and take care. Tonight is Amruta's bullet stream, so I will see you then in the night. Until then, take care. Bye bye.